And welcome back to Zanpakuto Creation Series. Today's Zanpakuto Creation Series video comes to us from Parker Smith, who asked the question, what is Bill and Ted's Zanpakuto? Now, this is one of the ones where I did decide to go a little bit more meta on it to some degree. And the reason for that is these are not the most complex characters in the world. They're very simplistic. They're not very intelligent. And they're pretty identical. So this is going to be a unique concept. What I mean by that is this. Let's get to the basics first. This is, by all accounts, they're both going to have basically melee types. Now, their Bankai will have a secondary ability, but their Zanpakutos are more or less melee types. They are standard katanas as well. There's nothing special about them in that sense. Their releases would be, respectively, for Ted and Bill. Play hard, play on. And the Zanpakuto would be White Stallion and Black Stallion, or Shiro Tane Boba and Kuro Tane Boba. And the Bankai is where it kind of gets unique. Because they're so close to each other, because they're so connected, and because they're best friends, I don't think it's unreasonable for you to basically say, okay, they are connected on a friend level, but also on a spiritual level. They are their proper soulmates, life partner, friends, whatever you want to call them. So theirs would be a unique Zanpakuto where they could only use the Bankai together, and their Bankais therefore have the same name. In this case, the Wild Stallions, which is Yasei no Tene Boba. So there you go, and they each have a horse for their Zanpakuto spirit. One being black, one being white, respectively. Now, the Shikai's form. The Shikai is one of those Shikais that doesn't necessarily have an ability to it right from the get. But it does have a specific form that works in tandem with each other, and that is the form of a hook staff. Now, when I'm trying to look up a hook staff, I couldn't necessarily find a very effective image until I remembered the third Mizukage from Naruto. Yagura, he has a hook staff, and really, something like this is what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of a hook staff right now. That's immediately where my mind goes. So it's something like this is what both their Shikais look like, black and white respectively. Both equal sizes on the hook, so that one's got a smaller hook on the end of it. And really what it is they basically work as a combo tag team there where they can hook into each other's hooks, swing each other with momentum, and just start cleaving through people. Obviously, if these guys are Shinigami characters, they are on some level competent. Even Omaida is competent on some level. So there's that. Their Bankai are. The Bankai basically goes into their rock and roll roots, where in essence their hooks hooked together. They yell Bankai. They expand, separate, and amplify a large, you could say, hook background behind them, and their hooks turn into stringed guitars, where they're now amplifying giant waves of sound towards their opponent. So something kind of like what Rose's is, but not in the same way. Rose is manipulating music, manipulating sound. So yeah, I do think it's kind of like they have guitars and they're using mass amounts of sound waves to just blast their opponent. Yeah, ultimately, that would be their Zanpakuto. The weaknesses are very clear cut. These are predominantly melee Zanpakuto and Shikai, and their Bankai is pretty effective to a degree. It needs to be used in tandem with each other, so they can't use it on their own, and it needs to be able to, hit something. They have to direct the sound waves towards something. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to use the effects of the Bankai against anyone. They could use it directing it towards a target, but anything that's behind them isn't going to be affected at all, and someone can easily come up from behind them and attack. Essentially, they're on a rock and roll stage of what they're on. So ultimately, there you go. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. What do you think about the Zanpakuto for Bill and Ted? Do you agree with it or you disagree with it? If you do disagree with it, what would you do differently? Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you folks next time.